Welcome to another edition of Streetpreneur Podcast. We're back today. We have a film director and also a community activist who's my guest for today. Cook It Up Kayo is his name, and he's definitely making his mark in the industry as well as the activism. So let's hype it up, man.
Yes,
How you feel today?
Yes, Lord, man, I feel amazing, man. What about you?
I'm good. Happy to have you here, man.
Hey, man, it's a blessing to be here.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, Lord, let's get into it.
You know, we want to, touch on everything you're doing. You're doing so much.
For sure.
It's for the music industry as well as the community.
Right.
So just tell us a little bit about your background and how did you get started and your industry and the things that you're doing right now.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm from here. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I grew here. I ain't flew here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But nah, for real, all jokes aside, I was born in the city. I was born in Atlanta, like Crawford Long, and then I was pretty much raised in South Fulton, Georgia. My father passed away when I was young, so I had a lot of male influences in my life. Like, by the grace of God, I had a lot of football coaches, basketball coaches, AAU teachers, the whole nine. You know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, that just kind of made me like into the man that I am. Coming from South Fulton, we known for producing athletes from the NBA to the NFL. So for the longest, I thought I was gonna be a football player. Well, I was a football player. I've been playing football. I played football from 5 all the way to 19. So I went to Westlake High School, home of Cam Newton. You know what I mean? AJ Terrell, he played for the Falcons. Adam Pac-Man Jones, just to name a few. You know what I mean?
No Pac-Man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the culture I came from. But 11th grade year, my life changed 10 years ago. The broadcasting teacher, his name Mr. Williams. Shout out to Mr. Williams, man. Changed my life forever, man. I love you for life, dog. But yeah, so he just pulled me aside. He was like, bro, I just love your energy. Like, I think you should be in broadcasting class. He literally just let me used to be in his class all day, like skip my other class just to learn how to do broadcasting. Back then, I didn't get it. Like, why he so cool? Why he letting me skip, math class or history class? But now I get it. Like, he was teaching me a trade.
Saw something in you. Saw your potential.
Yeah, exactly. Something I didn't even see in myself at the time. You know what I mean? I just like to joke a lot and, be cool with people. But, I guess he saw something in me. So, 10 years ago is when I first picked up the camera and the computer and just learned how to, make different projects. Every week we had something different, like record the basketball game and make a skit out of it, or record something for we used to have a school store that sold school spirit clothes. You had to make something for them. So that just kind of got my feet wet in the game. Okay. And then, fast forward some years later, me and my buddy, we started a company called K Factory. My buddy Ken, we both got K's in common, so we was trying to figure out a name. Right. It was like K Squared, K2, and then we ended up coming up with K Factory. Okay. So, yeah, man, it's just been a blessing, like, ever since. I just been working. I've been around everybody, bro. From like literally, I've been this close filming Future, Thug, Gunna, Kevin Gates, 2 Chainz, Bankroll Fresh, Long Live Bankroll Fresh, Long Live Terry Hawk, by the way, too. I'm popping for his name too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I done seen it all, man. Shout out to Turbo the Great. Man, it's so many people, like, don't even get me started. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And where are you at now? I mean, are you currently shooting any special projects right now? Any film or documentary projects you want to tell us about? Yeah, definitely.
So me and now my blood brother, my god brother. My god brother, his name Ink by D. If you know me, you know him. We like robbing big. But he's a tattoo artist. He got 100,000 followers. We got a documentary coming out called Godson. It's a very touching, inspiring, motivational documentary. By the time you get done watching that doc, you gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit of what it's about.
Okay, cool. So we're touching on mental health. We're touching on what it means to be a black man. We're touching on spirituality, mindfulness, total wellness and health, like every aspect of life, because that's what life is, and to not include one is to not be human. To be human is to feel, is to love, is to create, is to, to everything that we experience is to be mad, you know what I'm saying? That all that is involved in being a human. So we're pretty much touching on that and telling his story and mine. It's kind of like if you watch Kanye documentary, he's like Kanye and I'm like Cootie.
Oh, okay.
But in reality, it's like he's like my big brother. So really, he's like Jay-Z and I'm like Kanye. But you know, however you want to play it, the Cootie and Kanye aspect kind of
bounce
gives
everything off each other and it smooths out.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
literally.
Your spirit with your spirit and interact and create what you want to create.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, sir. So yeah, it's on the way, man. I'm excited for it.
When is it gonna be released? When you looking at releasing it?
You know, I can't get out of the way.
Right. Coming soon. This year, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. Coming soon. Yeah. We doing it real big. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So you went from what you're currently still doing film projects and all the documentaries.
Yeah. So currently, I'm doing I kind of strayed away from the music industry a little bit.
Why?
Just because it's I felt contradicted as a man. You know, right. I'm a firm believer in I wouldn't sell you what I don't use myself.
Right.
I could never be a crack seller. I never could sell crack. I don't take that. You know what I mean? So in terms of the music wise, I'm in a state of where it's I want to better myself and better my people and better my community. Okay. And you know, that's part of the reason why I got hands-on into the community. So if you see on my page, I shot a lot of younger artists, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, and they talking about murder and knocking niggas' heads off. And spinning blocks, and it's I get it, bro. You got to protect yourself. 8-year-olds killing 7-year-olds, and it's real life, you know what I'm saying?
But that ain't the only thing you need to...
Right, so
content.
Right, exactly. So a part of me felt conflicted, I don't want to shoot this, but the reason why I got active right there was because it's I know ain't nobody finna tell them how to better themselves. So let me shoot their videos, but when we get done with the scene, I'm gonna tell you hey, bro, you know you shoot.
I'm gonna educate you about
exactly. So
another way to do it besides. Right. Yeah, I feel
yeah, because it's
I respect that. Right.
At this point, the serpent done became a dragon. The dragon's so big at this point, it's I can't kill it by myself, but you know, I can at least, you know, get them to realize what's going on, just the awakening, the consciousness, you know. A lot of people are not even you don't know what you don't know until somebody exposes you to it. You get what I'm saying? So
you just reach one.
Right.
There's one person that's gonna, you know, spark a change in somebody else.
Exactly.
And just create a whole movement.
Right, exactly. Right. That's what counts. Each one teach one. You know, we do that, then the whole world gonna be conscious, and then from there, being the first step is making it aware, and the second step is to take action. So,
So how did you get involved in your other activists with local organizations here in the Atlanta area? Just tell us about your work with the Atlanta Mission and hands-on. Just kind of give us a little bit more detail about how you got involved with those organizations.
Definitely. So honestly, bro, my mama made me this man. I told you my daddy died. We was in a car accident when I was one, less than one. Yeah, my condolences to my family and my own spirit. But I say to say when my father wasn't in my life, I really know that she took the initiative to expose me to all walks of life. I have family that's doing well off. Mind you, South Fulton is the largest black community in the country.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So here in South Fulton, here in Atlanta, Georgia, the capital, the capital county. You know what I mean? But so yeah, I have some family in South Fulton that's well off. Then I have some family in South Fulton that's struggling bad. Yeah, you feel me?
Bro, that's in every family.
Exactly.
You know who you are.
No, fact. So you know, she showed me that, and then she also put me into it. So early on, she had me in a lot of different programs at Morehouse and Clark when I was in 7th, 8th grade. Saturday programs. I got to clean up. So that's when I first learned about hands-on Atlanta. Just to me, I thought it was a punishment. I probably was on punishment and had to go clean up the community. You know what I mean? But whole time
she was keeping you out of the streets and away from being around certain people that you could have been involved with. Right.
And planting that seed in my heart that this is what black masculinity is, you know what I'm saying? Being there for your community. So so yeah, that was the start of it. When I was at Westlake High School, I was a Fulton County Youth Commissioner. So, you know, you have the main board of commissioners. Then I was what was called a youth commissioner that oversee the youth. So on the weekends, we would go and do hope boxes, and basically in the hope box, we would give it to the homeless. It would have food and toiletries, but it would also have a resource card telling them this where you can go to get free food, this where you can go to get shelter, this where you can go to get a job. So as my brain started to mature and I got older, I was like, okay, this is becoming a part of my identity. So now that I'm out of school, out of college, it's that seed hasn't went nowhere. It's bigger than the seed. I'm a tree now.
You're a full tree.
Yeah, I'm a big tree out here.
Right. So we want to touch on black consciousness in America.
Most definitely.
Where do you see that heading, or do you see our state as black Americans getting any better?
Man,
do you think it's getting worse?
Man, we the worst it's ever been.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
Cause we hate each other, bro. It went from, excuse my language, God, excuse me. It went from, can I cuss on here?
Not really.
Or not really. Okay. It went from F the police.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
To F Negroes to F a Negro. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like our consciousness now is like, I don't have no respect for another black man. Like, I would kill you if it came down to it. You know what I'm saying? But why do we feel that way towards each other? You feel what I'm saying? Right. Even down to our music, we promote serial killing of our own kind.
Everything. Yeah. Right.
The first murder music, quote unquote, or gangster music, it came from F the police. Yeah. They the ones that's harming us. It went from F them to F us. Right. So our psychology, our consciousness is so hurt. We need healing. You know, we genuinely need healing, especially the black man, the black woman. We all need healing. You know, this country is no secret that we're systematically oppressed. But we're also psychologically oppressed, and it's terrible. You know, we don't support each other. Our economy falling apart.
Right. Don't you think there's bigger industries that are involved, especially in the music industry, that control our music and allow that music to continuously be played?
Definitely, of course.
Think there need to be changes from the top. I know you mentioned the kind of the ground root level, right. But who's doing the programming?
So ultimately, we call a spade for a spade, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things. So you have
that's just one dynamic.
Right.
That's what I'm speaking.
Right. So one dynamic of it, there's a lot of people that run the music industry. Yeah. You have black owners that run the music industry. You have Chinese men that's funding music industries. You have white Jewish men that are funding these industries. Right. And I'm a human. I'm for the human race. I have nothing against no race, against no other ethnic group. So we can't look at it and say it's the Jew man fault why we poison our communities. We can't say that because Michael Jordan himself, he's funding certain private prisons. You know what I mean? Look at, if we analyze black billionaires and if we analyze white billionaires, it's a different type of money. It's a different type of mindset. If you look at Bill Gates, he easily has 5,000 of his own client employed. Oprah Winfrey is the richest, not even African-American woman, but the richest woman in North America, period. Right. In the history. For a fact, she don't have 5,000 black people working for her.
No, she don't.
All black people know somebody that knows somebody. Yeah. I know you know somebody that knows somebody that's in the NBA or the NFL or the music industry or prison.
Yes.
Damn, one of us knows somebody that worked for Oprah. You feel me? Yeah. So, you know, that's why I said we systematically oppressed. So, you know, as far as that change come, the people, we got to speak because it's like, that's where real change is. We gotta. There's no point of just knocking the weed off at the top because it's still gonna grow. We gotta pull that from the root.
I got you.
You hear me?
So what do you think Black Americans need to do about our conscious state that we're in right now?
We gotta get more prideful, bro.
To improve it.
We gotta get more prideful.
What do you mean by prideful?
Bro, we only get pride when a white man get away with murder on us. Then it's Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Look at Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, or even Trayvon Martin. It's like we wait until somebody else kill us to be like, hell no, no justice, no peace. Right. That mindset is wrong. No justice, no peace, I get that. But amongst our own community, we have no peace. So is there really justice? You hear me? Our people need to wake up and realize that until we address the fact that we need better programs to stop this matrix that we in, we gonna forever be in it. We forever just gonna be distracting each other from the fashion to the food to the music, everything, the whole culture. We can't. I made a post that went viral on my page because I called out Jonathan Majors, and he did a photo shoot with Ebony Magazine for Black History Month, right? He on there, it's a feminine pose, mind you. You know what I'm saying? Some people got homophobia. I'm not homophobic. Yeah. But the reason why I called him out is because if you're a black male in America,
heterosexual. Well, supposedly.
Before heterosexual, if you're a black male, period, before you're a black male artist, entrepreneur, athlete, musician, even heterosexual or homosexual, you're a black male first. In this soil, what a black male is supposed to do, what black masculinity is in this soil, let's take it back to the roots of it, right? Okay. We all know that there were. Let's slow down. We all know that there were people of color on this land before the colonizers came here, right? So a lot of black people like to say, well, I'm Native American, I'm Cherokee. Ooh, okay, cool, that's cool, bro, right? But at the end of the day, even your people were standing on principles and business about bettering their Native American civilization, right? Yes. Colonizers come here, bring black people here, right? Then, so we're oppressed, we're in slavery. Then you have black leaders step up like Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman. And I was talking to my fiance about this. I'm a firm advocate that Harriet Tubman probably stepped up to the plate because there wasn't no men stepping up being like, hell no, we got to get up out of here.
That's facts.
You hear me?
That's facts.
For real, bro. Think about this. Yeah. Think about it. Right. Nat Turner, he rebelled, you know what I'm saying? He was a preacher, you know what I mean? And Christianity is a touchy topic here in America, but ultimately he found out that they was taking Exodus out of the Bible, right? And the book of Exodus shows black people leaving slavery and going to the promised land. So when he read that, he realized that they was preaching Christianity wrong. And he was like, no, we got to rebel. We got to get up out of here. That's black masculinity, black masculine energy standing up for our community and bettering the economy of our people. You know what I mean? We take it to even after slavery. You look at some of the slaves that were in slavery, as soon as they got out, they became black senators. They were the ones who led the Black Wall Street and us having black banks and hospitals and supermarkets. So if we're talking about black masculine energy, that's what it is. It's bettering our people.
Well, tell me your definition of toxic masculinity. That word has been thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
And often it's referred to black men and their treatment of women.
Right.
So just tell me from your perspective, what is toxic masculinity?
Toxic masculinity.
We just touched on the other masculinity.
Toxic masculinity is anything that goes against the progression of the black economy, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say if you're talking about killing another black man, okay, that's toxic masculinity. If you spreading your seed amongst multiple women and you're not there to raise them children, that's toxic masculinity. If you poisoning our community with drugs, that's toxic masculinity, right? Even, this is a touchy topic, even homosexuality amongst black males is toxic masculinity because ultimately we're here as a byproduct of nature, right? Okay. Everybody who's alive right now came from a mother and a father. And I'm going to touch the other topic as well, but the last topic I'm touching on right now is homosexuality, right? And the reason why I got an issue with our black male leaders who are pushing their sexuality on our children. Okay. Your sexuality is your preference. The same way as you a man, you want to have 10 different women, that's your preference, but you shouldn't force that on our people because it's destroying our communities. Right. If all black men in America today were to say, you know what? These women terrible, let's just make love to each other, and we all became homosexual, it wouldn't be no more black men. This will be these next, let's say 60 years, it would be the last era of black men. Yeah. Granted, our black women would still have sex and procreate with other races, and there would still be black babies, but the authenticity of the black male would no longer be the same. It wouldn't be no more kinky hair. Right. Every new black male would have curly hair, so on and so forth.
His whole existence. Yeah.
What I'm getting at is we're going against God in multiple ways, from homosexuality to even the heterosexual males. We're promoting things that's harming our communities. Our black men getting taken away. America is only 5% of the world's population. Okay. Yet we have 25% of all the prisoners in the world.
That's true. Facts.
Out of that, African American men make up 40% of that. It's a real war on us, bro. And that's why I just feel so passionate about raising my voice and roaring about this, because we're going to go extinct, bro. Right. I'm telling you, it's sad, it's scary.
So let's touch on the black family.
Right.
And there's so many social media wars, podcasts, everything I'm looking at, black men versus black women. Why are we so angry? Why are we into it with each other over every aspect?
The balance off. People ask me why I talk about the
Every
60s so much.
podcast is men bashing women,
Right.
women bashing men.
So honestly, bro, I'm firm on speaking on the men. Don't get me started on these women though, because it's just as equal. I'm gonna give the men that fight, but I'm gonna give the women that fight too. It's a balance. So a lot of men feel like we can't tolerate the woman because you can't tell her nothing, right? But bro, before we even blame them, we gotta blame ourselves. And technically, we could blame the government for implanting drugs. And so let's break it down. Some people might not know, right?
Right.
In the 60s, you have Dr. King and X, Huey, you had all these different organizations for Black pride. Black men were amongst each other. Even if they disagreed, Black men were still meeting. Black men don't meet no more. You feel me? But going back to us meeting, we were leading and having a vision for our people, and coming together against the systematic oppressions, the evils of America.
Okay.
As we know, they knocked off all the real men. They knocked off Dr. King and them. They killed X and so on and so forth. We all know it, right?
Right.
After that, they import the drugs and they take away our jobs from our Black community. So now you have these fathers, they don't have no job, and there's drugs in front of their face. Either you're going to sell it or use it to get away from all the stuff that's going on, right?
Right.
From that era, we go into Nixon, if I'm not mistaken, and we have the war on drugs.
Yeah.
It's so wicked because it's a war on drugs and you're locking up people for a health crisis.
Right.
This is a mental crisis, a financial situation. You see what I'm saying? So the economy started benefited off of, the fall of the Black man. Therefore, you take all these Black men out of their economies, you wipe them out. Now the Black woman has to step up. The balance is off in the household. There's no more that masculinity and the sacred masculinity and sacred feminism. You feel what I'm saying? The togetherness is off. The Black males is off. That we're locked up. So now the woman is forced to be masculine. She's forced to work and provide for her family more than she was in previous eras. So now it's created a
divide between most men say they're not feminine, women are not feminine anymore.
Right.
Just stated she's out of her role, she's out of her
Exactly. So it's both. It's both. The men have to understand what it means to be a man. Not just tattoos and being wanting to fight and do 100 push-ups every day. Right. We have to be there for our community because it's getting worse. I'm telling you, every day I go to the gym 5, 6 in the morning. I'm on the trip. I'm on Stairmaster. I'm looking at the news and I see 12 and 13-year-olds shooting each other. And it's like, bro, when I was 12 and 13, I knew that it was kids having guns. I was seeing it at school. I knew that kids were smoking. Hell, I even smoked at 12 years old. You feel me? Right. But I wasn't thinking. It wasn't as active back then. You see what I'm saying? Now it's just like I literally know 12 and 13-year-olds with pistols, and it's just like, bro, this the new norm. You know what I mean? I was trying to play Call of Duty and stay up all night. You feel me? You hear me, man? It's like, man. Right. So
what do your aspect of Black leadership today? Who are the Black leaders in the Black community right now? Who would you say?
The fact that I'm having to think like this,
it's
sad.
Right.
It's sad, bro. If you would have asked me to name 5 NBA players right now,
you can name them.
Everybody can. So when it comes to Black leaders, bro, it's scary, bro. And we're talking about real Black leaders, like fully funded by themselves, not from the government, not getting loans. We're talking about the Black pride, Black community coming together and say, okay, cool, this is our leader, like Dr. King or X. They were fully funded by themselves. You hear me?
What I would say.
So
Nation of Islam is.
Yeah, so I admire the Nation of Islam, how they gather the Black community. Some of the propaganda they preach, it can hurt. I think it's more detrimental to humanity as a whole than the Black community itself. But I do think Farrakhan is a good. He is definitely for sure a leader and a voice in the Black community. Right. I admire Dr. Umar Johnson. Yeah. Dr. Umar Johnson has a brilliant mind. Yeah. Although just like Farrakhan, there are some I can't even say the word. Ideologies that I don't agree with, but he's definitely a voice in speaking up about Black pride and activism and Black males.
How do you feel about Tariq Rashid and their foundational Black Americans.
Say it again.
The foundational Black Americans, that whole movement.
What do you mean?
Some of the work Tariq Rashid is doing. He also just built the African American Museum out in Los Angeles.
Nice.
So what do you? I don't know if you follow him or not. Or
So I had to tap in. That name sounds familiar, but he's probably a byproduct of the reason why they're talking about reparations in California.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. They talking about giving every African American person
they're creating that whole
200 racks.
That whole movement.
Ooh-wee.
Created there.
Yeah.
Right. How do you feel about reparations?
You're talking about a country that's built this whole infrastructure off of the labor of blacks. So if you have a economy that's forever going to be thriving off of the labor or something, then we should always have like an indebted percentage to that. So it's not a certain number on the reparations. It's uncalculable at this point. You feel me? But I do think the idea of it is good. But if we give money without the proper education and financial literacy, we just gonna spend it. And bigger than that,
That's
you know,
what Dr. Umar touched on.
Right.
Give them the money, but the mindset.
Exactly. We gonna spend it on Jordans. We spend
Right.
$1 billion on McDonald's every year, $1 billion on alcohol every year,
Gucci,
$4 billion on Jordans every year. 10 million on grits alone. Oh, grits. These are facts you can find on the internet, bro. I'm not making this shit up. So excuse my language, but it's just like we have to reprogram our mind. Like I said, we're systematically and psychologically oppressed. And even in terms of money, we all know inflation, right, is crazy. If gas go to $10 tomorrow, it's like, is my 100 even 100 no more? My 100 real like a 50. You hear me? So even then, it's like I look at other countries where, you know, let's say, for example, like a chicken sandwich might be like $5,300. It sounds crazy, but it's just like the way the money is set up. So even if they gave every American $200,000, if a chicken sandwich $5,000, it's still the same as if it was $5 and I only make, you know what I'm saying, a certain amount of $20,000. So it's just like, it goes back to the mindset, because if all black people realize, we need to all gather, all black Christians, black Muslims, black EFI, black gays, athletes, artists, etc. And we really tithe and put 10% aside, and we take this money and we do like white America does, and we give it to stockbrokers and make money, and then use that money to go to sponsors and corporations. If we take that money, give it to stockbrokers, let them reinvest it, flip it, due to data analysis, we take that money and then make fully funded black organized community centers for our kids, teach them how to make money off of content. Bro, we gonna see a new day. You hear me? Long live my brother Narquise, man. What that boy tag is, man. I forgot that boy tag, but long live Narquise, man. Oh, that what his tag is. Who the fuck is Narquise? Yeah. But so mind you, I used to work with this other company, this producer company, but Narquise was he was in high school at Westlake. He made a beat for Lil Baby, and he had a Lil Baby placement while he was in high school, and that just blew my mind, because I knew for a fact that he was bringing in money off of content and paying bills, paying his mama mortgage, and bringing in groceries from Walmart. So if we could teach our kids how to do that, or yet alone take some of these goated producers, Dr. Dre or even ATL Jacob, and get him to collab and have a 5-year-old just make a hi-hat on the beat, like just a t-t-t. That 5-year-old gonna forever get a percentage and feed their family. Black people, we have to fix this right here first. We got the culture down packed, but like I said on my page, what good is art without purpose? It's useless, bro.
That's true.
It's useless.
As far as employment situation, where do you see that's heading right now? Are less black men working, or they choose not to work?
It's a combination of all that, bro. Like
automation is coming in.
We got the lowest unemployment, no, not unemployment, correct me if I'm wrong, but we got the lowest the lowest homeless rate, the highest homeless rate in black men since the 60s. My case in point, the black men gone. There's no leader. So in terms of that, it's like where it's going, Granted, there is a lot of opportunities. Like I'm about to get paid $100 from Instagram, just for me posting reels and popping it. You hear me? So it's a lot of ways to make money. It's a lot of knowledge out there. Shout out to Kelly OG. She just turned 21, but she's one of my clients. Well, it's not even a client. She's like a real family friend for real. You hear me? Okay. But she made $1 million in the stock market at 19. Black girl. She teaching other people how to do it right now on her page, Cash Capital Investment Group. I'm in her Discord chat. I'm learning myself. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of opportunities. It's just more or less we don't know. You feel me? Like if I told you it was an island called Cancun, you wouldn't know until I told you. So I feel like it's the same with just financial literacy. We have to do a better job of spreading that message. And the average black male is focused on 2 pistols and a rifle and what he finna hit. You feel me? Right. So it's just like.
Another question about your city.
Yeah.
Our city.
Yeah.
That's what I say is right now. Has Atlanta changed over the years, and what has changed in Atlanta? Everybody blames it on all the out-of-town people moving here, destroyed the city. Yeah. And just give me your take on it as someone who's a real Atlanta native.
For sure.
Give me your opinion.
Has Atlanta changed? Atlanta's definitely changed. Like, you run into anybody right now at your local grocery store, gas station, bank, wherever you at, 9 times out of 10 they ain't from here. Yeah. So, in that aspect, yeah, it's changed. It's also changed in like the movie industry. Like a lot of movies are getting shot here, but that ain't got nothing to do with black people though. Cause it's just like we know it. We know that this is Wakanda, but like we not. That movie industry, it's almost like the Illuminati. Like you got to be in it to know what's going on. Right. All these movies getting shot, but when? Where? Can't nobody in the city tell you. So it's just like you got to be in it to know. So it's a tricky topic, but like overall, I think Atlanta is thriving for sure on the business side. Okay. It's a lot of black women that's successful. Yeah, oh my God!
I can't even cap on that.
Let me tell you, they is out here making bank off of hair, clothes, legal money too.
So why is it that the black women can network with each other so well, and the black men have trouble just doing any type of networking? Because we don't trust each other. Yeah. How do women feel more comfortable to come together? Every event I see on Eventbrite is African-American women coming together, and they get into the bag.
For sure. Mind you, women are nurturing by nature.
Right.
And the black male, they got it so systematically and psychologically oppressed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Forget networking. We don't even know how to talk.
Right.
I done seen 2 brothers fight, and you ask them, what's wrong? They just like, he just... Right. It's like, bro, can you communicate? We don't have an emotional intelligence.
That's what I said. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Emotions. Yeah.
And then women, they also understand. I think they know how to make money better than we do. You know what I mean? They know how to collab easier. Men,
you're gonna shock a lot of people with that stuff.
No, for sure. But a lot of men, we know how to make money. Don't get me wrong. A lot of black men, we make money for sure. You know what I'm saying? We make it in the music industry, on the artist side and the producer too. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's some bros out here eating.
Yeah, they are.
Eating. Yeah. You hear me? Even in the stock market, forget the music industry, stocks, fashion, even this is a touchy topic too, but even like with weed, you know what I'm saying? Is it illegal? It depends on what soil you in. If you in Cali, you no longer a trapper, you a grower, you're a farmer. Right. So there are a lot of black males who know how to make money, but do we know how to make it legit? That's the question. Even understanding how the dollar work.
That's true.
We don't understand that. We think we just supposed to spend money. No, money, you gotta let your money make money for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's really the stock market and credit. And it's still stuff that I'm learning about because this it's almost like an alien topic to speak about.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about your future plans. Are you planning to do more activism, or are you planning to start your own nonprofit organization? Or are you leaning more towards getting more involved in the film industry yourself? Yeah, so or just a combination of both.
Yeah, it's a combination of all that. Cause like I was saying, what good is art without purpose? So I could get on my page popping it every day, but if I think it'll be easier if I made a movie about it and it'll touch everybody's heart. It's a movie came out in 1915 called Birth of a Nation by D.W. Griffith.
I saw some of it.
Yeah, the KKK never burned crosses. He put that in the film. He thought it was a cinematic image, and then after that film, life imitated art.
Right.
crazy. So I feel like doing the same thing with just music and film, you know what I mean? But as far as like the activism side of things, I'm thinking about joining, creating a nonprofit, but it's kind of like, why would I reinvent the wheel? So I was looking into last night, like even Hands on Atlanta, I was thinking about partnering with them, and I have nothing against other races, but me being on this whole Black Pride movement, I looked up the founder CEO is a white man. I looked up Atlanta Mission, the founder, CEO is a white man. So it's just like, even Boys and Girls Club of America, Girls Inc.
White corporate.
So it's like, what I found is 100 Black men of America.
Yeah.
And I mean of Atlanta. Right. So yeah, I've been doing some research. I got some people that got ties with them. So I'm just trying to work my connections, and hopefully I could be one of the 100 Black men of Atlanta, you know, get out here popping it.
You
like,
will,
yeah.
you will. Oh yeah, they'll definitely have you as a member, yeah.
Yeah.
And
by the grace of God, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, no doubt. Especially with your whole energy, that's already in existence.
Yeah, most definitely.
Tell us about your social media. How has social media, not your personal social media, but social media in general, how has that affected the African American race? Because everything now, people telling all their business on social media. Everything revolves around social media. Is it helping us, or is it further destroying us as a community? Some people can't live without their cell phone. People go crazy now if they don't have that technology in hand. It's
a double-edged sword. I definitely think it's doing more hurt than help. Right. But people try to say that media is not that big. You can't be looking at these influencers. Bro, shut up. Media has always controlled the masses. Everything. Always. Right. It's the reason why I wear Jordans. Right. Literally, if I didn't have my phone, bro, I wouldn't know about Michael Jordan. I wouldn't know about none of that stuff. So it's like media control. Media has a big influence on culture, and culture has a big influence on media.
Yeah, facts. I like that.
For real, bro.
Say that again.
The media has a big influence on culture, and the culture has a big influence on media. So we can't deny either one. We have to be very conscious about the message we're putting out. That's why I got on my page popping it like, bro, all Black people, we all wrong as a whole, myself included. If we're not talking about Black pride and having better programs and advocating for better Black life in general, we're doing more hurt than harm. We're just distracting each other. Right. You hear me? When George Floyd died, you couldn't get on social media without seeing something related to Black life. Right. Whether you was an influencer or your local 9-year-old, everybody was like, bro, we gotta, you hear me? Right. So that's just like my whole mindset right now is like, bro, everything else BS for real. Not BS, but it's irrelevant when there's kids killing kids.
Right. Let's touch on Black fatherhood for a minute before we close.
Okay.
Do you feel like the kids are behaving in the manner in which they act because the Black fathers are not present, and you think their daughters are going the way that they're going in life as far as picking up trends, they shouldn't be involved with, that they're seeing their mothers doing, or necessarily not their mothers, but they're seeing other women on social media doing. How important is having a Black father in the home?
Oh, it's the staple. It's the Black male in the household. He's the roof and the foundation. Right. Yeah, he's the flooring and the roof. The Black male, we got to protect, provide, and preach. And you take that out the system, then you got kids that's like, by nature, it's only so much that a woman could tell them. You know what I mean? And then you get the whole government pushing their agendas with sexuality. It's like the real thing that they really trying to do, bro, it's not about homosexuals. They want, because a gay male, he could still go impregnate a woman. The real thing that they want is transgenders, because once a male takes off his penis and his testicles and can't procreate no more,
that's the whole race.
Black life, the whole race is going to be extinct.
Yeah.
California, they letting kids decide that they want to be transgender. A kid. Right. My mother is an educator. Any educator can tell you a kid don't know what he want to be. A kid mind is not even fully developed. So, it's sickening. But when it's all said and done, our Black males got to step up. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna get started on our Black women, because I'm talking to our Black men first. Yeah, we the head. We the head and the foundation. We gotta, until they can't respect us till we respect each other. If they see all Black men gather, Black women gonna be like, oh shit.
Right.
No cap.
The only time that happened was during the Million Man March. The only time I've seen it, but yeah.
I plan on having another one.
Right.
You think we can have a second Million Man March? I want to do it.
It's possible. You know, the right people and the right resources.
Yeah.
And another thing I see, definitely your future is motivational speaking.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man.
I can see that all, or the whole energy, the whole vibe.
For sure.
So you definitely headed towards leadership.
For sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man,
speaking is gonna be one of your callings, isn't that?
Yeah, this God's blessing, man. I don't want to take nothing, no accountability for what God did, but man, I appreciate it for real though, brother.
Right. Any last words? Any type of gems you want to leave for black men that might be going down the wrong path? And also, we want to hear your advice as far as aspiring entrepreneurs
for sure.
And entrepreneurs in general. Just leave some gems you want to leave with them. You dropped so many already.
Sure.
So
first and foremost, I want to say to all my black men, black women too, even just humanity, period.
Right.
It don't matter what you think when you don't know you've been spit on.
Right. Say that again.
It don't matter what you think when you don't know you've been spit on.
What's the meaning behind that? It's deep. I know it's deep.
It's something for you to meditate about. I could break it down, but we're going to need another 30 minutes.
Okay.
Right. And then as far as entrepreneurs, check out Chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got to do research on your own, but it's something called Chat GPT or GPT. Yeah. Something like that. It's an AI, and you could type in literally what does the black community need. It's going to give you a whole essay.
Oh, okay.
Bro, so you could type in how can I market my podcast better? It's gonna give you a whole essay on stuff, bro. Okay. How to get business credit as a black man in Georgia? It's gonna give you a whole essay. Okay. It's gonna put Google out of business. That's what I've been losing sleep about this website. No cap, just going down the rabbit hole. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we welcome. You know, we're glad you came out. You took time out to come and definitely come on the podcast and, you know, give your point of view.
For sure.
From an activist as well as the entertainment industry.
Most definitely.
And anything else? You want to leave your contact information? How can people reach you to get in touch for film directing, also for your work in activism?
Most definitely. Yeah, so you can check out my social media accounts on Cook It Up Kayo, K Factory the Family, the letter K Factory the Family. That's the website as well, kfactorythefamily.com. Check us out, man. Black-owned business. That's pretty much everything, man. Cook it up.
Cook it up. All right. Thank you all for coming out and watching the show today at Streetpreneur Podcast. Please subscribe to the channel and be ready for our next episode that's coming up this coming Friday. Definitely look out for Cook It Up with Kayo. And we want to thank you all for coming out.
Most definitely. God bless.
Bless. Yeah.